What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy Doom. How's everybody doing? We are in the month of July, and it's been hot. It's been raining a lot too, man. I'm not really a fan of rain because rain brings grass, and grass grows, and you got to cut it. And I'm not a fan of cutting my grass. I used to have somebody to do it for me, but I don't know where they at now. They MIA, so I probably have to do it myself. And I'm not the best grass cutter. It's kind of hard to stay on those lines. I couldn't really draw within the lines, so cutting grass is it's not impossible, but it's a little hard for me, so I would rather somebody else do it. But if I got to do it, I got to do it. It is what it is. This weather been crazy. I heard about that thing happening in Texas, that city where it flooded and a lot of people died, man. Very unfortunate. I don't think they had proper warnings or advanced warnings in enough time to get out. But yeah, you hear some of the stories about some of the people that died, a lot of children, and it's very unfortunate, man. So, I mean, even though death is the only thing life guarantees, you never really prepare for it when it happens, right? And it's always unfortunate, losing a loved one. I myself just came back from funeral out in Louisiana for my dad, and I gotta say, man, it was very, very enlightening. Enlightening is not a word. Enlightening. I talked to some of my family members, and I had a few. I mean, you guys, if you've known me, you know I've had a couple of, I've had a very interesting history with my family, and it wasn't all of them. Okay, I don't know if I ever said that or not, but it wasn't my whole family. I do have family members that were always good to me and things like that. So when I got there, I talked to my cousin Gerald, and he came to my Airbnb like 1 o'clock in the morning, just knocking on the door for 20 minutes. I was asleep, but he kept knocking. He didn't leave. And he came in, we talked for about 3 hours, and we was able to reflect on a lot of things when I was younger. And he gave me some perspectives on a lot of things, a lot of anger I had from the past. And he opened up to me, and it was real cool for him to talk to me and get me to see things in a certain light and change my views on some stuff, man. So I'm really glad for that, because I don't always say and do the right things, and my opinion isn't, creme de la creme. I make mistakes too, and I have my perceptions and views, and they're not always the best. They're not always even right, but it's good to know that there's somebody that can give you perspective on things, a different perspective, and give you some more light on it and make you see it a different way. So he was able to do that, and because of that, I was able to actually enjoy myself in Louisiana for the first time in decades. Matter of fact, my time in Louisiana was hands down one of the best times I ever had in my life, hands down. My cousins came over, my uncles came over, my sister came over, nieces and nephews. We had a good time, man, and I wouldn't trade that. I wish it could have lasted longer, but it is what it is. People got to go back to their lives, but I'm not going to lose connection with my family. We're going to try to do a reunion in a year, get everything together, and go from there. So, and then my nephew, he had a conversation with me too, and he shed some light on some more personal things, and I had to respect it. He made some good points, barring the situation, and I'm glad I was able to talk to him and my cousin. Between my nephew and my cousin, I really gained some perspective, y'all, on a lot of choices I've made in life, and a lot of anger and disdain I've held, and now I see it differently, and I'm in a better. I think I'm in a better place for it. So thanks to my cousin Gerald, my nephew Q. Y'all know Q, man, from 2016. He was out here staying with me. We did that YouTube video for the 4th of July. So he's a young man now, and he talked to me heart to heart, and I nothing but respect for him and my cousin, because he could have easily just stopped knocking and left, but he kept knocking. So I feel like the universe was speaking to me through my cousin and my nephew, and I appreciate the universe for that. Anyway, what I want to talk about here, y'all, real quick, since we on the family topic. So my friend had sent me he sent me a video, and it was this guy. I'm pretty sure y'all may have seen him. I don't know, but he basically has a lot of kids. He got his wife, and they got a lot of kids. I think like 11, and one on the way. And I told him, I said that I don't think that's healthy to have that many children, even if it's with one person. And that's why I wanted to make this podcast about, because it's kind of an interesting topic. Having a lot of children, is it healthy? So for me, I will say this. I have a lot of children. We know this. The one thing that first, the good, right? We're here to procreate, right? And if you're able to have a child and help raise that child, by all means, go for it. You know, most people don't get it right. You know, there's a way you're supposed to do it. Get the financial security, get the house, get the dog, get the wife, get the family. But it doesn't always go like that. Let's be for real. It doesn't. We have one night stands. We have relationships with people that we think care about us, and we have kids, and you know, spur of the moment, recklessness, whatever. That's usually how it happens. And usually, more than likely, the kids are going to suffer. Now, even when you try your best, when you have a certain amount of kids, you're not going to be able to give them all each the individual time and attention that they will always need. You're only one person. So let's look at it from two dynamics. One, having multiple kids with multiple people, multiple places. That right there, by design, one of your children is going to miss out. You're gonna miss first days of school. You're gonna miss first words, first walk-ins, all of that, and you can't get these moments back. You can't. So while it may not be in the grand scheme of things, seeing your child walk for the first time or seeing them talk, say their first words, in the grand scheme of things, it may not be significant. But as they get older, the less you're able to establish a bond and a relationship with them, even if they're your child, even if you love them, even if you support them, the bond isn't going to be there. It's not. You can't fake a bond. You can have a child and you've taken care of a child for 4 or 5 years, but if you've never seen that child, when you see that child breaking the ice, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward. But if you don't establish that bond continuously, then it can break again. And when you have children in multiple places, that will happen. It will happen. You're not gonna. No one is gonna tell me, well, I got multiple kids in multiple places, and I'm able to give all of them everything they need 24/7. You're not. It's impossible unless you can teleport or duplicate yourself. So you miss out on that. You miss out on that. And that's something that should be factored in, I think, when creating life. Like how hard is it going to be for this life I create to have a bond, a motherly, fatherly bond, And this isn't finger pointing. This is just the truth of the matter. Two good people who mean well, who love a child, that child can still miss out if those two people are not together and they live separately. It's unfortunate, but it will happen. You can only do so much Zoom calling and face chatting or FaceTiming, I guess, until it's like, no, I need to have a heart to heart. I need to be able to touch this person and let them know that I'm here for them and I love them. Now with this guy, because he was married, right? So he's married to the woman. They have 11 kids. Even still, I don't what is the, I guess for me, what is the point? What are you trying to do by having all of these kids? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to create a cult? And I don't want to be mean. I'm trying to, because if you're married to someone, you can have as many kids as you want, right? The Bible, for you religious people, says be fruitful, multiply. And for the other people, it's, well, they're married, they did it the right way. Okay, cool, right? But what is your purpose of having 11 kids and one on the way? It's back to back nonstop. That is a transition. When you raising a 1-year-old and an 11-year-old, that's a huge gap. And it's not easy, and it's not the same thing. And even with that many kids, you're not really able to diversify. You can't. Where are you going to be able to have diversity if one kid likes chicken and one kid likes steak and one kid likes bananas and one kid likes uh, uh, lambs? How are you going to facilitate for all of that? That's just one example. You know, what if all of your kids are having a collectively bad day for different reasons? Your high school kid had a track meet they didn't do good in. Your middle school kid had a test and they did bad on it. Your grammar school kid getting bullied at school. How are you going to address all of this wholeheartedly at once? There's only so much time in a day. So even with in a relationship where everyone lives in the same household, you're still missing out. I remember that show, well, Johnny K plus 8, that was a farce. Like, I don't know what people thought, like how that was going to work, but you got the 20, 23 and counting, the 19 and count with the Duggars. And I'm just sitting there like, how do you feed and facilitate for that many people? It's got to be challenging. And then at some point you get to where your kids are taking care of your kids, and that's definitely a no-no. That shouldn't be a thing. Helping family is one thing, but when your kids are raising your kids, you need to slow down. You need to stop your child count. Once your kids got to raise your kids, you need to probably not have no more kids. I'm just saying. So it in my opinion, it has to be unhealthy. You know, and I speak from experience. You know, as much as I try with my children, they still miss out. There's still areas that I completely am unable to reach or tap into. Things in the past that I missed out on because of whatever obligations or wherever I was. I can't get that stuff back. You know, whereas if you have 1 or 2 children, you can focus more on them and be able to provide more resources for those 2 versus 9, 10, 11 spread out. And even if you are, I mean, you're doing what you're required to do by law. I mean, that's fine, but that child, you still don't build that bond. You don't build that bond in that relationship to the point where you can have a child and not even really feel nothing for them. And that's just unfortunate. But it happens. So I just don't understand the concept of having a whole bunch of kids. I mean, even if you're in a relationship, because why? Like, my question, why? Is it I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but it's definitely not easy. It's not financially viable to have a lot of kids. Even if you have, you know, Bahraini Prince money. Money can only go so far. Money cannot substitute time. It can't. All the money in the world, you still get 24 hours in a day. So the Prince of Saudi got 23 children or whatever. Okay, somebody is getting neglected. Somebody isn't going to have a close relationship as somebody else. There's going to be, and kids are unique. They're different. But if you have that many kids in one spot all the time, the diversity is going to be gone. It's going to be the routine. We all do this together. We all do this. And I'm going to say this now. First, social media don't move me. When I see people happy on social media with their family and smiling and matching clothes and the kid come in dancing and other, I ain't buying that. If anybody got multiple kids in the real world, you know it's not like that. It is not like that every single day. You gonna go through some struggles. You gonna go through some strife. So why project to the world that you have all these kids and everything is honky-dory when we know that it's not always honky-dory. It's definitely not always clean. So, I mean, let's just, I don't know, that's me. I know you're not supposed to project negative to the world, and why would you show the world when you're doing bad? I get that, but what is the message you sending or trying to send when everybody matching, everybody happy, everything is clean? What is the message? Because that's not your everyday life. It's not. You got multiple kids, it's not your everyday life. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. So I think having multiple children, whether you're in a relationship or not, there should be a limit. And I think the limit is not a certain number. It should be once you're not able to give your children all that time, attention, and diversity effectively, then that's probably where you should stop. Some people could do it with 2, some people could do it with 3, some people could do it with 5, some people can only do it with 1. But once you're telling yourself, this is too much. I gotta be here, I gotta be there, then it's probably when you should like taper it, cut it off. Like, okay, this is my limit. And on the flip side of that, you have people with 1 kid that don't know what to do. They just lose their mind. They have 1 child and they have no idea what to do. If 1 child is stressing you out every day, 1 child you can't handle, or you can't establish a relationship with again, then you probably shouldn't have any more children. You probably shouldn't have had children from the gate. But if you got 1 child and you just don't know what to do, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Who gonna help me? Who gonna watch my child? Who gonna do it? You probably shouldn't have had children. Man or woman, this ain't gender specific. Man or woman, I see dudes have 1 kid and they be losing their mind about child support payments on 1 kid, And child support is definitely not fair, okay? It's not. It ain't. It's tailored toward a woman. There's no debate about that. A woman can have a kid and don't even talk to the guy no more, and he pay child support for the rest of his life. So but even still, you complain about child support for 1 kid. You really don't need to have no more kids, bruh. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. And then this is crazy. You have a kid that you complain about paying child support for, then you meet somebody else and start a whole nother family. What are we doing? What? Oh, so because you ain't got to pay child support for that one, now it's cool? Nah, we gotta cut that out. You don't need to have no kids. Child support is something that I don't agree with, but it's there, right? So that's what comes along with having children as a man. So I tell my kids all the time, like, you have a kid, you're gonna take care of that kid, because we don't do deadbeats. Even if it's just child support. By law, you're doing what you're supposed to do. But you gonna do something, because ain't gonna be no deadbeats. My kids, I've preached to them, look at me and what I go through, look at my struggles. Make sure you don't do it the way I did it, because you don't want the struggles. And the ones that listen to me, I think they'll be okay. So, but we'll see. But yeah, one kid, and you the mother, and you complaining constantly about 1 child, you shouldn't have had no kids. You emotionally unstable, you shouldn't have had no kids. Just because you're able to have kids doesn't mean you should have kids. Some people, I think we think overly of ourselves, too highly of ourselves. I think I should have a kid because why? You believe in God, because you can keep a job, you can pay your own bills. That's why you think you can have a kid and raise that kid right? No. Are you emotionally stable? Are you self-centered? Are you a narcissist? Are you play the victim game? These things should factor in too before you have a child. But y'all know how this world works. Everybody has the right answer for everybody else except themselves. So I just, when it comes to kids, man, it's something that we all can do better at. I know I could. I try every day, still be failing as a father, but I try. Try to learn, try to do better, try to lead by example, try to give more than I had. And, that's pretty much it. But even that's not always enough. And if you're a parent, you can do all those things and your child still kind of goes left or whatever. But as long as you can look in the mirror and say you tried, you set a good example, you provided a decent life for them, better than yours, and it didn't work, then you should be able to live with that. So then also he sent we got this group chat with my friends and the guys from my brother's wedding, and we just be texting. We've been texting for years now. They'll send little funny memes and it'll get me to thinking. And one of the memes was about a girl's trip. And the woman was married. Okay, y'all. First of all, here's my take on this. If you married, you shouldn't be taking no girls trip, guys trips. I don't think you should be doing that. What is the purpose of the trip? A girl's trip or a guy's trip when you married with kids? Because first of all, if you go on the trip, you leaving your kids with somebody, the other half or babysitter or whatever. And what did you get married for? You get married to form a union, a family, be together. Why don't you go on a family trip with your family? You going on a girl's trip or a guy's trip, in my opinion, you probably about to do some foolishness. Okay? Why am I finna let my wife go on a girl's trip? And so I can go on a guy's trip? And even still, what am I gonna do on the guy's trip? What do we get married for? We could have just stayed. We could have been boyfriend, girlfriend and did that. And I know it's somebody out there that's gonna try to explain to me why a girl's trip is healthy for a relationship. And okay, sure. My wife, the mother of my children, is leaving me to go hang out with her friends in another state or whatever for some days. What? That don't even sound right. Hey, Z, where your wife at? Oh, she went on a girls trip out of town with her girls and left me here with the kids and by myself. And nah, my wife, we going on a husband-wife trip. This girls trip, guys trip, I think is weird, but maybe being optimistic here, maybe they're not out there to cheat and do their own dirt or whatever. Maybe it's refreshing, invigorating to leave your husband and kids or wife and kids to go hang with your friends in another place. I just don't. Now, if you single, if you got kids, that's fine. But if you single, girls trip, guys trip, it makes total sense. Total sense. But when you married to go on a girls or guys trip, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. So that was one of the, I get my podcast topics from my friends. We'll just be talking about random things and these topics will come up. The last one is I talked about this before, y'all. I guess it catfishing. Okay, I don't really like using that word because I think it's kind of, I don't know what catfishing got to do with lying about how you look and stuff. But when natural to me is everything you was born with. If you was born with it, then it's natural. If you wasn't born with it, then it's not natural, it's an enhancement. Nowadays, we got fake beards, fake weave, fake braids, fake mustaches, fake eyelashes, fake muscles, fake everything. We got shots. You can take a shot to lose weight, right? Instead of going to the gym and eating right and going to the gym, there's a shot you can take to just lose weight, right? So I've always been against that. Like where is the pride in knowing that instead of working hard for something, disciplining yourself, putting in the time, you just took a shot, lost weight, or you just glued on some hair and just made it long, so now you just got 4 foot long hair, or you just dyed your hair to be a whole nother color, and it's natural because it's your natural hair, but you not telling people that you meet that's not your natural hair color. And Puff Daddy, have y'all seen him? You looking bad. Bruh got the grayest hair ever. And what did we all think? We all thought his hair was just black, right? Because he always dyed it. Bro looked like one of those professors from the college with all that gray hair. That's Puff Daddy. But see, image is something that a lot of people value so much. And I guess for him, because he is a hip hop mogul, it's very important for him to look a certain way. I don't know. I see it as an insecurity. I see it as an insecurity. When you have to go out into the world and make sure you look a certain way to get a certain reaction. That's an insecurity to me. If you can't, I mean, okay, wipe your face, brush your teeth, yada yada. But if you got to put on all this designer stuff to go outside to the world, that is, I don't care what nobody say, that's an insecurity. And I don't know nothing about that. I couldn't even imagine having to spend 3 hours in a mirror making sure I look good for the world. I look good for me. This is me. This is Ziggy Doom. This is all natural. I earned my fat, okay? I'm a fat guy, I earned it. But I'm proud of it. You think I'm gonna take an Ozempic shot to make myself lose weight and then I'm walking around looking crazy? Because here's the thing, if everybody has known you for being fat, okay, you've been fat your whole life, fat, and then all of a sudden, 3 months later, you 200 pounds less, to me, that's weird. It's healthy overall, but it's weird. Well, I don't think it's healthy because if you taking shots to lose weight, that's not healthy, okay? Any dietitian, nutrition will tell you that it's not healthy to lose that much weight in that short amount of time. But to each their own, right? I don't want to bash people because everybody is sensitive. Everybody is in their feelings. Whatever, I don't care. You can't get it the natural way. What do you want from me? Congratulations on your weight loss. Oh, look, your hair is so shiny, even though you dyed it. Oh, wow, you look, yeah, I don't even know what to say with the makeup thing. You know, a guy with a fake beard, because I don't want the weird women to be like, why do men worry about what women makeup is and all that? It's not worrying, okay? But if I can't lay next to you and wake up and you look like a whole different person, I don't want that. So yes, it's concerning with the makeup because you may not look nothing like you without the makeup. That's why. And the dudes with these fake beards that you can glue on and the fake hair, that is so corny to me. What are we doing? Okay, everyone has the right to do what makes them feel happy. Let's just get that out the way because there's the internet and there's weird people. Do what you do, make you feel happy, right? This is just my opinion on my podcast, on my channel. I think it's weird. If you can't grow hair, if you all your hair fall out, you bald headed, okay. You think walking around with a hat on 24/7 or a do-rag is gonna change the fact that you bald headed? No, you still bald headed. What? Accept it. That's what it is. That's what it was for you. If all my hair fall out, I'm bald headed. That's what it is. I ain't finna cover it up. I don't have time to do all that stuff. But see, I don't really care what people think about me. So that gives me freedom, right? Like, oh, did you see Ziggy? I don't care about that stuff, man. Why? I'm comfortable in my own skin. But it's still weird. I seen a dude with a cul-de-sac, George Jefferson. Man, he went to the shop and he ended up with waves, low-cut waves. Dude went from like 60 years old to 20 years old. Now, if that ain't catfishing, I don't know what is. You got people out here thinking you got waves and a taper, and you really got the George Jefferson? Come on, man. Unpopular opinions, but that's what I am. The controversial guy. You know, I don't have a problem with telling a woman that I don't have a lot of money. I'm not tall. I'm not good in bed. I don't have a problem with saying that at all because I'm comfortable in my own skin. You know, now obviously this ain't something that I just walk up to somebody, shake their hand, and say it's for those that have a certain type of interest in me. I let them know out the gate what they expect. That way, there's no surprises. There's no oh my God moments. I told you everything you was gonna get up front. How you interpreted it is not my job. You knew what you was gonna get. I'm a jerk. I am. That's not gonna change. If you're not cool with that, then so be it. You know, no love lost, no harm, no foul. But just like women, if a woman can say, I want a dude that's tall, is over 6 feet or whatever, then the guy should be able to like, I want a woman that I can look at when I wake up and she don't look like Brunhilde, right? Or her dye all over the pillow, and then she take her down and she got gray hair or some color that just looks, that's just like, you know, different. That's me. But everyone doesn't have that kind of, everyone isn't that confident, I guess. I guess that's what it's called, confidence. Everyone can't, you know, now they'll say it, right? Like, I'm confident. I only wear makeup for this. I only wear a little makeup for that. But if you putting on 2-3 layers of clothes, you spending 5 hours in the mirror, it take you change outfits more than twice before you go out. Bruh, come on, man. You should be able to, the clothes I wear come from Walmart. But when I go out, I look decent. What's the problem? I don't need to wear designer clothes. I don't need to wear name brand earrings and watches. Why? What does that do for me? What you see is what you get. If what you see was what you get was a person, it'll probably be me. I don't even know how to doll up and put on a facade. I can't even imagine what that feels like. Now in high school, I was trying to figure out what I like. So I kind of went with the trends, like, oh, crease in your pants, Jordans, the little design in your haircut or whatever. You used to get the little line right there, whatever. I did a lot of following because I was trying to figure out who I am and what I wanted. And then when I realized I like wearing sweatpants, I like t-shirts that cost $8. That's what I did. And I still make it look decent. Like, I can go outside and look decent with cheap clothes. But what I won't do is mold myself to fit a certain stigma or a certain type. Like, I see dudes all the time, like, they'll have a hat and they'll have the glasses on upside down. And I don't understand it. But it's like there's a group of dudes that do stuff like that. Then you got the women with they have the polar bear stomach with the crop top. Like, that's a thing. Now, if you do it because you think it looks good on you, okay. But are you following a trend? Did you look at somebody else and say, I think that looks good on them. I think it'll look good on me. Because I promise you, it doesn't always translate well. Or are you doing it because you look in the mirror and you say, this is comfortable, I like it, the end. How many people can say that though? How many people can truly say when they wake up and go outside, they wear what is truly comfortable to them versus, man, this the new style. Everybody wearing this. Now that I got it on, maybe people gonna think I'm cool too. Or, man, everybody saying they like girls with the long glossy nails, so let me put on long glossy nails and be cool too. It's a difference. But who really is doing it for themselves, or who really doing it for society? I know women that'll say, well, I'm not gonna get locks in my hair because my hair is too curly. Okay, cool. But that's kind of the point, right? The more curly your hair, the better it locks. But, to each their own. Society will never dictate what I say, what I do, what I wear. Never. If I go outside with this and everybody laugh at me, oh, look, he wearing a blackjack shirt. You think I'm gonna go in the house and change? No. Yeah. Oh, look, he's wearing a pair of slippers with socks that don't match. Bro, I'm here to pick up a pizza. That's it. That's all. So my socks, didn't know my socks needed to match for that. Now, obviously, you can't go in a store without a bra on, right? Like, come on, man. What are we doing? But I'm saying if you finna go to Walmart to pick up groceries and they gonna put them in the back of your car, you ain't even getting out your car, but you finna put on your face and your hair and you smell good. And what? Excuse me? Nah, I ain't with that, man. I'm not with that. But these are my opinions, y'all. My opinions are not the law of the land. My opinions are very controversial. I know I say things that offend people. That's the whole point. If I'm offending you by what I'm saying, then it probably resonates with you. That doesn't mean you need to change. It just means that that's how I feel about you, whether you know it or not. And I'm not going to change that, family, friend, or other. I'm not. If you can't eat right, go in the gym, exercise, lose weight, you got to take a shot. Even though science is, I get it, science and technology is advanced, you got to take a shot to lose weight. You're not finna get a flex from me. I'm not going to look at you and say, wow, congratulations. I'm not. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, so you took a shot and lost weight. All right, cool. And I just found out this was yesterday. This is when I knew, just like, you know what, forget it. There's a thing, y'all, where men can go and get surgical male enhancements. I don't know how long that's been a thing, but I just found out yesterday. Men can go and get surgical male enhancements. Just what? What? Once again, these are my opinions. I got to keep saying this because the internet. Where was it? Who? You know what? I'm not working with enough. Let me go and get more. And then what? What happens then? I like the BBL thing. What happens after you do it? Matter of fact, what is your purpose of doing it? What do you? I can only really think of one thing, because I could be wrong. It's not how much you have, it's what you do with it. But I could be wrong. But what? Y'all look, I just stay indoors, man. I'm not this new day and age, all this new stuff, and you know, I don't come from that era, man. I just come from you make the best with what you do, you make the best with what you have. You want something, you work hard for it. You have to have discipline. Anything worth its weight in gold is worth working for. I just come from that era, man. You look in the mirror. You're not happy with what you have in the mirror. Okay. You want to enhance yourself, you know, okay, cool, I get that, man. If you got your face burned in the 3rd degree burns on your face, whatever, and you want to get that face, okay, come on, y'all. I get that, you know. But you waking up and you look at yourself and say, you know what, I want to be a whole nother person. And you literally change it to a whole nother person. I can't rock with that. I'm sorry. But that's it, man. Just a couple of things. Family, having a lot of kids, I don't think that's very healthy. Girls trips, guy trips when you marry with kids, I think you out there cheating, honestly. You out there doing something you don't want the person, your other half, to know about. That's what I think. And all this catfishing is not going to change. People going to have the right to do whatever makes them happy. But at the end of the day, at some point, it becomes a security or a self-esteem issue. And you don't fix security and self-esteem issues by masking them and covering them up. That's not a fix. That's like a Band-Aid on the wound. But if you're happy with it, by all means, man. I'm not the authority on these things. But as always, man, if y'all got any opinions about anything, leave it in the comments. Hit me on my back channel. Email address has been the same forever. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching this. And until the next YouTube video, be easy.